The scene tonight is downtown Hartford, Connecticut, as we close in on our main event in this latest installment of Showtime Championship Boxing. The spotlight falls on a former light heavyweight champion coming back after launching a career on the silver screen and a year-long layoff. And time now for the results of our text message question. Who do you think would win a matchup between Tarver and Dawson? We asked you and you responded. And how close is this, Al?
Wow, my, how soon they forget. Tarver away for a year and Chad Dawson with these two great performances, and he moves ahead in the voting. But Antonio Tarver still has his debate to come. Maybe he can change a little bit of the thoughts of fans.
Dawson by 2 percentage points, 51% to 49% over Tarver. Well, tonight it's the return of Antonio Tarver as he squares off with a very, very confident Elvir Muriqi, who says that Magic Man's thoughts of victory are merely an illusion.
Elvir Muriqi has to mix things up, work both the outside and the inside. He is an excellent body puncher, and the hook can certainly get through. Now, Bernard Hopkins was able to sneak through some good right hands against Tarver, and Muriqi may be able to do that too. His right hand is not a devastating punch, but it's delivered quickly, and it can have big results, as it did here against James Crawford. For Tarver, a pawing jab gets him in trouble. He needs to throw it with a lot of conviction. Wild punching against Hopkins left him off balance and vulnerable. None of that tonight. His bread and butter is the straight left hand. And this scenario could play itself out tonight. A partially landed jab left Glenn Johnson open to the left hand, which Tarver was only too happy to deliver. This is exactly what Tarver wants tonight.
Here in Hartford, Tarver now 38 years old, a decade older than Muriqi, but Tarver clearly has the physical advantages. He is 3 inches taller. He has the 1.5-inch edge in reach. And at yesterday's weigh-in, Tarver right on the money at 175, Muriqi 173 3/4. And the key unified rules for this fight: there is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt causes a fight to end within 4 rounds, it's a no decision. After 4, they go to the cards. If a punch causes a cut and the injured fighter can't continue, he loses by TKO. So here at the Connecticut Convention Center in Hartford, getting ready for our main event, Antonio Tarver versus Elvir Muriqi for the vacant Fringe IBO light heavyweight title. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Connecticut Convention Center here in Hartford, Connecticut, for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you courtesy of Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing, in association with Gary Shaw Productions, AT Entertainment, CES, Mohegan Sun, and Showtime. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the IBO. The president, Ed Levine, supervisor is Hilton Whitaker III, along with the Connecticut Department of Public Safety. Commissioner is John Danaher, Deputy Commissioner Colonel Thomas Daverin, and the Director of Boxing is Michael Kostriva. Our physicians at ringside tonight, Dr. Michael Schwartz and Dr. Anthony Alessi. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, Phyllis Roy and Kim Johnston. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Avon, Connecticut, Glenn Feldman. From Miami, Florida, John Rupert. And from Rivervale, New Jersey, Stephen Weisfeld. Introducing our 3rd man of the ring, our referee in charge of this bout, Michael Ortega. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBO Light Heavyweight Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Hartford, It's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with black trim, fighting out of the Bronx, New York, by way of Kosovo. He weighed in at a ready 173 3/4 pounds with a record of 34 wins and 3 losses. He has 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the exciting fighter known as the Kosovo Kid, introducing Elvir Muriqi. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, the man who previously held this title, wearing silver trunks with black trim, fighting out of Tampa, Florida. He weighed in at the light heavyweight limit of 175 pounds with a record of 24 wins and 4 losses. He has 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the former WBC, WBA, and IBF light heavyweight champion of the world. Here is one of boxing's most recognized talents, introducing Antonio, the Magic Man. Once again, a referee in charge is Michael Ortega, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled.
Gentlemen, we went over the rules. I want a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Okay? From here, up is good. Here, up is good. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
We were curious to see if Tarver would offer up any choice words, as he's done before following the instructions, as he alluded to in the Jim Gray interview, but alas, he's all business, Sal.
We've come to expect some glib comment at that point.
Well, tonight he'll be going up against Elvir Muriqi, a physically strong, rugged competitor, but has never fought at this level. But which Tarver will we see tonight? The Tarver versus Hopkins or the Tarver versus Jones, particularly those last two versus Jones? Remember, Tarver was physically manhandled by a smaller, older man in his last fight. Still, it would be a huge surprise, not to mention an unthinkable career setback. If Tarver were to lose tonight, it could make him a full-time actor.
You know, the other thing that's interesting is, will all this emotion in this building be a help or a hindrance to Elvir Muriqi? Will it make him start too fast? Will it make him take too many chances? It's an interesting question, and we'll see it played out in these first couple of rounds.
Well, he gets the offense going. We'll see if he's a little over-anxious. He has been unruffled by the surroundings, the environment here up to this point. Tarver has been known to coast through the first 2 minutes of many rounds, then steal them in the final 30 seconds by flurrying. Will he be cautious at the start, or will he come out more aggressively? Right now, very cautious. Tarver, as you can see, a big, tall, sharp-punching southpaw, fights tall.
Muriqi kind of got a sneaky right hand in there. That's a punch he very much wants to land in this fight.
Tarver being extremely patient. He has that knockout punch. The booming left over the top is his signature weapon. Dangerous with both hands, of course, and so explosive when he gets a guy on the ropes.
Little body work there by Muriqi. If he can get inside against Tarver, which is part of the, he wants to be there part of the time at least, he'll work the body.
Muriqi insists he is not just an opponent. He's won 3 straight, 21 of his last 23, but mainly nondescript guys.
Little chopping right hand on the inside. When you get inside against Antonio Tarver, you give yourself a better chance to win. Tarver's kind of like the old Green Bay Packers. You know, they run that sweep, and you thought, I can stop this. He is, in some ways, one-dimensional, but it's hard to stop. He stays on the outside. He throws the jab, the straight left hand, and he picks you apart with it if you stay out there.
He's versatile. He can box or brawl. He can come forward or lay back and counter. Muriqi prefers to fight a tactical fight. But a boxer puncher who fancies himself more of a fast puncher as he chops to the head of Tarver, as opposed to a big power puncher.
The left hand got in by Antonio Tarver as Muriqi kind of rushed in and squared himself up. That's something Muriqi has to be concerned about doing.
Tarver missing. Muriqi getting inside, going to the body, missing from the outside with the right.
Several low blows by Muriqi. He hasn't really got a warning yet for those, and Tarver hasn't complained.
Final seconds of the opening round, scheduled for 12 for a fringe light heavyweight belt.
Time.
Back to the future with trainer Jimmy Williams.
Look here. Just take your time. You see what's going on. You need to keep your jabs on this guy. This guy can't fight. Tarver. Okay, where's the mouth?
Tarver getting off to a little bit of a slow start in this fight, and for Muriqi, that right hand got in. It wasn't a great right hand, but it showed he can find the range, and later on in the round, kind of from more of an inside posture. This is the kind of right hand that Hopkins landed often against Tarver. That one on the back of the neck. When you're inside like that, you can land a clubbing right hand against Tarver.
This guy can't fight.
77-year young Jimmy Williams, Tarver's original trainer, returns to Antonio's corner, replacing longtime coach Buddy McGirt, who had his hands full.
McGirt trains in Vero Beach, and Tarver did not want to go down there and share the gym with all the fighters. He went home, actually sent his wife Denise away for 3 weeks. Is that advisable of my husband?
No. I'm sure she is watching intently.
I'm sure she is. Nice hook by Muriqi. So he's relatively sharp early in this fight. And Tarver, of course, has yet to really unleash a strong offense.
For the record, Muriqi 2-0 versus Southpaws. Both were first-round knockouts, but nobody in Tarver's league.
I'll tell you what Elvir Muriqi is doing so far, though, that's really good. He's slipping a lot of these outside punches. That jab got through for Tarver. But on the outside, instead of Tarver completely picking him apart, Muriqi is really slipping these punches well.
He's got to be careful throwing that right, knowing that it could be countered by Tarver's big left.
And it was by the left hand.
The jab by Muriqi. Right hand to the body by Muriqi. More body shot by Muriqi with a right uppercut.
See, I think Elvir Muriqi needs to be on the inside more than the outside because of that. He can work. Antonio Tarver has never liked inside fighting. Glenn Johnson got a lot done against him on the inside. From the outside, you ask for trouble against Tarver.
Bernard Hopkins had success against Tarver by roughing him up and jumping on him, making Tarver move rapidly, using old tricks. And we're seeing a little bit of that here by Muriqi as he tries to rough Tarver up.
But Tarver's done better in this round because he's used his jab and straight left like that from the outside.
Muriqi on the inside from close range, but he's getting batted. And Muriqi says, bring it on, Antonio.
Tarver found the uppercut. Now he's landing those nice straight punches.
Tarver now jumping all over Muriqi. He has found the opening. And Muriqi wisely holds on.
Step back. Hey, don't hold him.
Getting the warning, though, from Michael Ortega. Tarver looking extremely confident right now. Just playing around. Almost toying with Muriqi at times.
You know, Muriqi's not jabbing his way in there. He jabbed his way in, then he was able to get it right to the body. So he's staying on the outside too much, Muriqi, and there's where he's at. Boy, that was really low.
Very low blow by Muriqi. There's a nice jab by Muriqi up top. Backing Tarver up. Tarver trying to set up the big left with the jab. Muriqi landed with a left hand to the head of Tarver. but not a lot of pop behind it.
Time.
And a little bravado from Muriqi.
Keep it down. All right, when you shoot, slip, get in. Stop trying to run, pull away from him. Just make him miss. Keep him backing up. All right, come on. It's what? Good. Give me some water. Give me some water. Give me some water. Give me a bottle of water.
When Elvir Muriqi misses with the right hand, as he will here, it opens up the left counter by Antonio Tarver. There's the right off the chest, but he kept that right hand low and he got countered very effectively by Antonio Tarver. Then Tarver would land another straight left hand later in the round, so that's his big weapon. That is what he wants to land. And Muriqi's landed a lot of low punches in this fight. Now, I would think pretty soon he is in a position where he might get a point deducted, so he has to be very careful about that.
Tarver with a wink to somebody in the crowd. Doesn't seem to be showing much ring rust after being off for the year. Muriqi, let's see if he tries to get inside again, but he's got to watch out for those countering hard lefts by Tarver, who's best when he boxes, lets his hands go, doesn't look to end it with one punch.
You can feel Tarver getting more comfortable in the second round. You know, he hasn't fought for a year and got through that first round, and now using the jab very effectively. Elvir Muriqi will not win this fight on the outside. I absolutely assure you. He needs to jab his way in and then unleash punches when he gets on the inside. Otherwise, he won't win. That's what he needs to do. And if I was him, I'd work that body in the first 5 rounds like there's no tomorrow.
That's what he told us in the fighter meeting yesterday. That's the key to victory for Muriqi. Work that body. But he's got to be careful when he gets in close range because Tarver's punches are punishing. They can really take a lot out of the opponent.
Now in this round, Muriqi has landed 4 or 5 very good body shots.
Step back. Watch your head coming in. Watch your head.
You know, Antonio Tarver has fought an amazing schedule. Since 2002, 8 of his 9 opponents were current or former champions. People like Roy Jones Jr. fought 3 times, Montel Griffin, Bernard Hopkins, Glenn Johnson, Reggie Johnson. He has fought an amazing array of fighters over the last 4 or 5 years. This has been not a bad round for Elvir Muriqi. He's landed a lot of good body punches and mixing his attack up as well.
Body punch there by Muriqi. There's a left hand by Muriqi that got in. Tarver controlling most of the round, and suddenly Muriqi comes alive here in the final minute.
Yeah, he's had a good second half of this round, and the body work even early by Muriqi, pretty good. Now, lots of times judges don't give you credit for that, so it'll be interesting to see how this round is scored. The jab of Tarver a factor now as it was early in the round.
Muriqi puts Tarver up on the ropes momentarily, but Tarver gets off quickly.
Behind the head. Watch it.
The caution from Ortega for Muriqi hitting behind the head. The rabbit punches on Tarver. Now he goes downstairs.
I see it. I see it. It's all right.
Ortega approves of that punch. It wasn't low.
Muriqi has had a few low ones in this fight. Nice left hand by Tarver. He's not as fluid here in round 3 with that jab and left hand as he was, although that was a nice combination.
Very nice combination offered up by Tarver in the final seconds of round 3.
Nice feint by Muriqi. That's something he should do more of. Wow, nice round. Interesting round.
Looking very confident. We're back in action in Bridgeport, Connecticut, July 7th, as tremendous Travis Sims will defend his WBA super welterweight title against Joaquim Alcin. There's Travis enjoying the action here in the crowd.
Great performance in winning the title, and of course nearby Bridgeport, his domain.
Yeah, he's from Norwalk, where he's hoping someday to be the mayor.
Yes,
he's an active champion.
Yeah, exactly. Tarver's an actor. He's a mayor. Is anybody just a boxer?
Yeah, I don't see that anymore.
He's got to.
When he got his hands down, that's when he did.
Look here. Look here. I need you to go down to the body. You're standing too tall. Double up on your. Pick it up now. Don't be so unconcerned. Okay?
When I back on that jab is working good.
The opportunity, I want you to stop busting this guy. Hold.
Jimmy Williams in boxing over 50 years says he's come back to finish the job he started, hoping to guide Tarver back to the championship throne. Round 4, Muriqi coming on towards the latter stages of round 3. This is scheduled for 12 for a fringe 175-pound title. Tarver, his first fight back in a year, letting his hands go. Getting a lot more comfortable with each round. Body shots there by Tarver. Tarver really punching in volume now.
I think Tarver knew that things are slipping away a little in round 3. I actually gave 2 of the rounds so far to Muriqi. The third was very, very close. But
There comes Muriqi out.
And this is what Muriqi does best. Get on the inside and be active.
And he landed with a nifty right uppercut.
So we've seen the best of both fighters here in round 4. The outside work like this from Tarver, and Muriqi very effective on the inside.
Excellent sequence by Muriqi.
Those punches up.
A booming right to the body, but Ortega cautions him about the low blow.
Michael Ortega showing a lot of restraint with Muriqi in terms of those low blows, I have to say.
He has been known to go south of the border.
It's another one that was questionable. But meantime, a lot of legal body punches are landing by Muriqi. And I'll tell you, you're facing a 38-year-old who's been off for a year. And you want to do that body work, and it may pay dividends later in this fight.
The longer this fight goes, Al, the more of an advantage it is for Tarver. Muriqi has never been involved in a 10-round or a 12-round decision, never passed 8 rounds. So his stamina, his conditioning could be tested.
But of course, that equation may change if Muriqi lands a lot of those great body punches. So we'll see how it goes.
Holding him.
Nice left cross there by Antonio Tarver. Tarver scoring almost at will here in round 4. Here's a left-right combination. Tarver has the reach advantage by 1.5 inches. And he's using that right here. Nice right hand upstairs by Muriqi, goes to the body and then to the chin of Tarver. Makes Tarver backpedal momentarily.
Antonio Tarver felt that right hand. And I'll tell you what's having a bigger effect are the body shots of Muriqi. That's a very close fight right now. Both men are doing some of what they want to do.
Muriqi really holding his own here against the former light heavyweight champion of the world. Nice straight left hand to the head by Tarver. As he backs Muriqi to the ropes, that's not where Muriqi wants to be. Tarver's so explosive on the ropes.
Time.
Round 4 in the books. Interesting round.
Tarver, the guy can't, look here, this guy can't fight backing up. Don't back out on him. You got to back him up. I don't see you backing up. You don't need to back up with this guy. You understand? Bending him, look here, with the jab. Let's show
well, as Jimmy Williams points out, when Hartford goes backwards, he has some issues. The jab sends him back. Every time Muriqi double jabs, there's the right hand that got into the head, and then he digs body shots, which is just as important, and the uppercut. So Muriqi on the inside is a good inside fighter when he can get there. But on the outside, Antonio Tarver does this. This is what he does. Jab, straight left hand. He does mostly that. That is his game plan. But you know what? It's hard to stop. But Muriqi, look, when he's in this posture, he's not going to get in with a jab and a straight right hand, is he? He's going to work Antonio Tarver like Bernard Hopkins did. So this is becoming a fascinating strategic fight.
So here we go into round 5, scheduled for 12. Elvir Muriqi from the Bronx, New York, originally from Kosovo, but he's got the fans behind him here. There's a good left cross to the jaw by Antonio Tarver. Another left hand by Tarver. That is straight left upstairs. Back comes Muriqi with a right hand to the midsection.
You know, when Muriqi does one of two things, he can get on the inside, either feinting with his head or jabbing.
Muriqi continues to boom to the body of Antonio Tarver. Oh, a big smacking right hand to the chin by Muriqi. Muriqi scoring. Muriqi looking impressive here in round 5.
When he can't hit Tarver to the head, he throws to the body, and that is very, very impressive.
Look how close it is along Press Road. And one has Muriqi ahead.
I have Muriqi ahead by point 39-38. Him in the 4th round even.
He's got him ahead by 2 points. So perilous waters for Antonio Tarver, at least along Press Row and in the eyes of Mr. Bernstein.
Well, it's been a very interesting fight so far. And, you know, Tarver hasn't hurt him on the outside by hitting him with those straight left hands when he has landed.
Tarver backing Muriqi up with the left hand, but Muriqi bounces right off the ropes.
This round has been this fight in microcosm. Really good work on the inside by Muriqi, and then occasionally a good jab and straight left hand by Tarver.
A workman like Elvir Muriqi.
Every time Muriqi jabs, he can walk right in and then throw body punches to the and head punches. So when he doesn't jab and stands on the outside, Tarver does this stuff.
And now Muriqi holds on.
Step back. First round in round 5.
Less than a minute remaining in this round.
Watch your head.
Clash heads. Oh, there's a cut on the side of Muriqi's eye. That's a shame that this fight's affected by a cut.
And now Tarver goes to work.
Could be a very big altering event in this fight. There's no question it came from a clash of heads.
And there is blood streaking down the right side of Muriqi. I'm looking to see if it goes into the eye. It's sort of around the right eye.
Time, guys, time. Time. Stay neutral corner.
Michael Ortega asks for the doctor to look.
Accidental headbutt. Good. Okay.
And quickly the doctor says it's fine. Some of the blood may be going into the right eye, but it looks like it's going around the eye for the most part. Elvir Muriqi.
Step out. Box.
That clash of heads changed this fight, that's for sure.
If a fight is stopped by an accidental headbutt before the end of the 4th round, the fighters rule a no decision. After the end of the 4th, they go to the scorecards.
Elvir. 10 seconds to go. He's trying to steal the rounds. You know this already. What the hell are you doing? 10 seconds, time up. Hello. Listen. Time up at 10 seconds to go. Come on, give me the sponge. Give me that sponge. Give me the sponge. Don't worry, guys. Give me the sponge. I'm good.
Elvir Muriqi able to get his right hand in frequently. This was early in the round, and that backed Tarver up and gave him a chance to work the body a little bit, ultimately, and throw these combinations on the when he got Tarver against the ropes. However, a seminal moment in this fight. This is where their heads come together. Was that intentional by Antonio Tarver, or was it an accident? In any case, they clashed heads, cut on the right eye of Muriqi, and it altered that round, and certainly Tarver ended up winning it. Now, if they would stop this fight because of that, they would go to the scorecard.
Win.
We could win, but as this goes on, if Tarver wins a round or two because of that cut, we'll see what happens.
Ortega did say it was an accidental headbutt. We heard him say that to the doctor. So they go to the cards at this point, from this point on. Shot by Tarver, and I'll tell you what, Muriqi unfazed by it. A monster left hand by Antonio Tarver, and Muriqi just stood there and took it.
Well, now Tarver going to town. It's going to be time for Muriqi to work his way on the inside and get something done, and let his hands go.
These are punishing blows by Tarver, but back comes Muriqi, undaunted. Muriqi perhaps sensing some urgency here with that cut around the right eye. He's going for it.
This is really important for Muriqi in this round. because he's got to show he's still in this fight, show that the cut is not affecting him so badly that he can't function.
It takes about a round for that coagulant substance to take effect, to stop the blood from going into the eye. But nothing seems to be stopping Muriqi.
You know, Antonio Tarver is backing himself into the rope. Not really the posture he wants. And, you know, Antonio looks like he's fighting a fight in which he is marshaling his resources, which might be smart, given that he's back from a year layoff. And certainly he's probably winning this 6th round.
Yeah, it's sort of an inconsistent fight by Tarver. At times he looks good, sharp, and at other times rusty. Very cautious. Very erratic performance here by Tarver, I'd say. But again, quite understandable after a year layoff, and of course, the listless performance with Hopkins.
Now he is winning this 6th round, make no mistake about that. He's throwing a lot of punches here. Let's see if that has an impact on Tarver over the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, will that tire him out?
Yeah, but he's certainly accurate with his punches, and he is certainly having his best round of the fight here in round 6.
Nice left hand there by Tarver. It pushed Muriqi back. Muriqi targeting the body. Back comes Tarver with a straight left hand. What else is new? We approach the final 30 seconds of round 6. It's really getting intriguing.
You know, Muriqi really needs to throw that jab. It pushes Tarver back against the ropes, and then he can throw his shots.
Muriqi trying to rub the blood out of his right eye with the right glove. Bangs away at Tarver. Tarver offers up the jab. Muriqi very active, very busy. Left hand by Tarver that scores right on the nose.
Step back clean. Step back. Time.
Muriqi's cut man is Mike Rilla, and he's got his work cut out.
You got him in the corner, Elvir. Let your hands go. You understand?
Okay, all right. Okay.
Don't give him a break when you got him against the ropes. Okay, he's wide open. Okay.
Listen to me. You start the run good, you're doing good, then you lock in and let his guy catch up. Then he's trying to steal the run. You hit him, you either tie him up or you stay away that he can't touch it. Thank you. All right.
The Tarver left hand trying to target that eye. And there's a beauty. I'll tell you, you commented at the time, Steve, shocking that didn't hurt Muriqi more than it did. Then Muriqi did what he's done in many spots in this fight. Gets Tarver against the ropes and lands some pretty good shots to both the body and the head. Finally, again, the left hand would become a factor for Tarver. It's his big weapon, and boy, he's able to set it up, and he's so quick at unleashing it.
Trainer Colin Morgan telling Muriqi some good instructions there. You may recall Morgan had Larry Donald when he beat Evander Holyfield in 2004. Donald was supposed to be a tune-up. He dominated Holyfield. Muriqi is supposed to be a tune-up for Tarver. Will history repeat for Colin Morgan? Round 7, scheduled for 12. Nice jab there by Tarver, but back comes Muriqi. Muriqi proving to be a rough customer here.
Elvir Muriqi spending too much time on the outside right now.
Let's see if he can maneuver into closer range. Here's press roll. Continues to be very tight.
I have it 58-57 for Tarver at this juncture.
They've got it as a majority decision for Tarver. The 3 press row judges.
When Muriqi jabs or double jabs, he does well. When he doesn't, he doesn't.
There is not much margin for error here for Elvir Muriqi, that's for sure.
And you hit on it. Muriqi has not been a long way in fights, only has been 8 rounds in his professional career. So can he sustain that kind of attack over the long haul?
Never passed 8.
Good left hand there by Tarver. This is a very close round here in round 7.
Tarver 12 rounds 8 times in his career where he's 4-4. Muriqi's coming off that long year layoff, so that could be a factor.
Exactly right. You know, of all 38-year-olds, though, he started at 28 and has not had a lot of punishing fights, and really, he can make the case at 38. He's in better shape than some other 38s.
Yeah, he's certainly well rested, that's for sure. But ring rust could be a factor as this fight draws on. Muriqi gets a couple of shots in. Tarver's clowning around. You'd better be careful. He's landing there, though, Tarver.
Yeah, he's using the uppercut better, Antonio Tarver. See, that's where Tarver gets in trouble, when he throws kind of wide, awkward right hooks.
And then he's off balance.
Yeah, I mean, he's really a jab, straight left hand, uppercut kind of guy. That's all he should throw.
That was the jab, straight left, minus the uppercut. There's a straight left through the guard. He pushed Muriqi back.
The other thing Antonio Tarver is doing, even though he's winning this round, I believe, he's leaning in with his head. That's never a good sign for Tarver. He should fight tall, and maybe some sign of fatigue. We'll see. But Muriqi hasn't been that sharp either in this round.
Time. A very interested spectator, Chad Dawson. He's seeing Antonio Tarver fight, he tells us, for the first time in person. Is he studying his next opponent?
He's got no legs.
You got to back this guy up top. You got to double up on your jabs, okay? Don't do the plum
When
plan.
Elvir Muriqi jabs his way in, look what happens. He will throw the jab, actually a double jab, which is even better. And it always, even though he got hit with the jab, look what this does. It gives him a chance to chase him to the ropes and work to the body and the head. And now, if he comes in without that jab, look at what happens to him. Well, now that time he missed with the jab, but he got hit with the straight left hand by Tarver. So he's got a double jab and then push his way in.
And Antonio Tarver, almost like a home run hitter in baseball, likes to extend his arms, gives himself punching room, and then swings for the fences. Go. But Muriqi has been able to get inside at times and also hold on to Tarver, which is very intelligent.
We're at a point in this bout where Tarver is taking control of several rounds, and now it's time. If Elvir Muriqi is going to hang in this fight and have a chance to win, he's going to have to start making something happen, I think, in this 8th round.
And if he is indeed a tune-up, he is a very tough tune-up.
Absolutely. He's already done a good job for himself, but this is where all the people that predicted Muriqi could be an A-list light heavyweight.
You called him a potential A-list fighter.
Exactly. This is where he now has to show that he can step it up and do that.
Round 8 scheduled for 12. Fringe light heavyweight crown on the line. But a lot more than that, as you know.
Big left hand by Tarver. Tarver is now picking him apart on the outside.
He looks very determined right now. He's trying to discourage Muriqi, but that's going to take a lot. Boy, that was a great move by Muriqi. He faked with the right, he held up, and then nailed Tarver with the left. Kind of a stutter step move. That left was blocked. Those are not being blocked. Tarver all over Muriqi. There's a big left hand. Muriqi's been down 6 times in his career, but not in this fight.
And not close to going down in this fight. And Antonio Tarver has landed some very nice shots. Now, that's a big flurry. If you're Muriqi and you can do it, this is the time to pressure Tarver. Maybe he's going to be a little winded.
Fight right here in round 8, just a moment ago. But Muriqi keeps plowing forward. Very game. He gets inside, but it's all Tarver. Left uppercut nailed Muriqi up to the head.
And now Muriqi's not punching on the inside. He's in there, but just covering up.
The crowd trying to urge Muriqi on. Can he rally? It's too tough. There's an overhand left, the big booming left. That's the signature punch of Tarver. Muriqi just flashes a couple of jabs. Let's see if he unleashes the right.
Tarver switching to righty. You don't see that very often.
Yeah,
wow, that's intriguing. I just don't remember seeing that much from him.
I have never seen it. Tarver fighting out of an orthodox stance now to confuse Muriqi even more.
Antonio Tarver pretty good with that left jab as a right-hander.
Right now, really feeling his oats. Very confident, Antonio Tarver.
How intriguing.
And coming off an exquisite 2 minutes for Tarver here in this round, round 8. Tarver missing with the right and the left there. Muriqi able to elude those punches off the ropes. Big round for Tarver.
Water. You take too much big shots in that round, bro. Listen, you take too much big shots in that round. Okay, watch this. I don't feel nothing. I don't care. I don't want you to take no shots. Okay? I don't care if you feel or not. Don't take no stupid punches. No, listen to what I'm saying. Make it a dog fight.
Antonio Tarver using the jab and the straight left hand. This is what he does, and he does it so well. If you stay on the outside, and especially if you square up a little, he'll hit you with that. And then the counter left hand, that's been another big weapon, and the uppercut has been a very important part of his arsenal, and the combination punching from Tarver as well.
Okay, when you finish, step to the side, okay? Okay, let's go. Yeah, that's what
Tarver may be starting to pull away now. That was a terrific 8th round for the former champion.
Well, his rhythm has gotten better and better as this fight has gone on, and Elvir Muriqi has been a little bit less active each round when he gets on the inside against
Tarver slips
on the logo there, which so often happens.
Whenever it gets wet, there's moisture on it. That is the case.
Tarver also keeping himself off the ropes a little bit more, which is a good idea. In the center of the ring, he's in better shape, and you can't wait for later this month on June 22nd, the Frank Shamrock-Phil Baroni matchup.
Tarver, of course, wants high-profile, big-money fights. Is he showing, though, that he's ready for a big-money fight?
Well, that's the big question. You know, he's in there struggling a bit against Elvir Muriqi, who is at this moment a B-level light heavyweight, and winning on all the scorecards in press row, obviously, and winning on my scorecard 78-75 as well.
I mean, he's a guy talking about fighting Bernard Hopkins again.
And obviously, all the Chad Dawson talk is in the air in this arena.
I mean, anything's possible in boxing. Tarver Jones 4 could materialize. Who knows?
You never know, but he might, I'm sure, given the fact that right now he is taking control of this fight, he would say, and the argument would be a sound one, it took me a while to get my rhythm, but once I got my rhythm, I showed that I was the better fighter in that.
But right now, he had better be thinking about no one else but Elvir Muriqi.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, Muriqi on the inside, active, but his punches not with as much steam as they had earlier. Muriqi winging his punches. And remember, Muriqi has never seen a round 9, so this is new territory for him, and he's not faring well in it.
Break! Let him out! Break! Step back, let's go.
Muriqi's punches telegraphed, being blocked easily by Tarver. Those punches to the body not extremely effective. Muriqi's punches have lost a lot of steam. Tarver with the head fake, several of them. And Muriqi is starting to get gassed.
He looks like a boxer who is looking to survive, not looking to win right now.
As we said much earlier, the longer this goes, the more of an advantage it is for Tarver, even with the long layoff. Because Muriqi just not used to deep water, as they say.
Put your hand on. You're good, buddy. Relax.
Historically, the light heavyweight division never extremely popular unless it had a major star. Well, the big man is Chad Dawson, but the rest not exactly household names, Al.
Clinton Woods has been a champ a couple times, and Zolta Erdai a boxer from Hungary, not a big puncher, and Stipe Drew's a relatively new champion. All Europeans for the most part, obviously, except for Chad Dawson. And, you know, as Chad looks on and wonders about the possibility of fighting Tarver, Tarver City wants to come back and clean up the light heavyweight division. Now, those are the light heavyweight champions, and Dawson's probably the best known of the bunch.
Tarver with a convincing victory earlier. Dawson.
Let your defense out. Come on. Go. Let's go.
I think Dawson Tarver would be a lot of fun, and then the winner against Hopkins. Why not? Even though Tarver's first fight was one-sided with Hopkins for Hopkins, but if Tarver beat Dawson, the rematch would be very intriguing.
Yeah, it's interesting, and of course Chad Dawson. And if you look at that list, to fight the best light heavyweight, and even the one that's the most marketable one to fight, it's Chad Dawson at this juncture if he wants to be in the light heavyweight division, Tarver.
Of course, assuming Hopkins has success against Winky Wright.
That's exactly right. Winky Wright sitting out there saying, you know, I might upset the apple cart.
He's got other ideas. All right, Tarver, back to work, round 10. Nice left pop by Tarver. Got in, combination, upstairs, downstairs, uppercuts, body, everything, the whole arsenal. It's all Tarver. Ortega looking very closely. Muriqi's not offering back, trapped on the ropes.
Elvir Muriqi really needs to do something offensively at this juncture.
Oh, how the momentum has changed in this fight. Yeah.
Nice right hand by Muriqi.
He surprised Tarver there. And he continues to let loose.
Well, even if it's a last gasp, Elvir Muriqi is going to go down swinging, and he's blasting away.
He's going to go out on his shield. He's finding a second win here in the 10th.
Tarver not throwing too many punches. Did he get a little winded by all those punches he threw? We'll see.
Yeah, this is a different Elvir Muriqi. It's like somebody else took over his body.
They put a switch on and he came alive.
Midway through the 10th.
Well, there might still be time for Muriqi to turn this round to his favor at the rate he's going. Nice body shot.
Another one.
Wow. Those are good body shots by Muriqi.
Several body shots by Muriqi have to be taking their toll on Tarver. Tarver now looking a little worse for wear. That had to take some starch out of Tarver.
Well, now, Muriqi on the outside with his hands down, that is a prescription for disaster for him. And Tarver finding it in himself to throw some jabs. Muriqi needs to get on the inside here. He just can't languish on the outside and do well.
Straight left hand pushes Muriqi back. That is such a great punch.
Tarver throws it as well as anybody.
Muriqi plows forward. Tarver bangs him in the head. That'll discourage you, but it won't dishearten Muriqi. The end of the 10th round. Let's go over to Jim Gray with Chad Dawson. Jim?
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Chad, what is your assessment of the performance so far of Antonio?
I mean, I definitely think he's winning the fight, but a little slow. You can tell that his time is not there, but all in all, I think he's doing a good job.
Does he look somewhat erratic to you, and can you see the rust?
Yeah, I definitely see the rust, and like I said, he's a little bit slow. His time is not there. I mean, he caught Muriqi with a couple nice left hands, but Muriqi's still there. But I don't think he had the power on his punches. I think he lost a little bit too much weight for the point, but I don't know. I'm not sure. But his time is a little off.
Should you be able to fight Antonio Tarver, is there anything you see that would convince you that you couldn't win the fight based on what we've seen so far tonight?
No, nothing. You know, I got youth on my side. I got speed and I got power, so I'm not worried about nothing. No. Hopefully we can come to an agreement and we can make that fight. And if the fight happens, I definitely think I'll have the upper hand.
All right, Chad. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Steve.
All right, Jim, thanks very much. As we hit round 11, the championship rounds, Chad Dawson, who earlier tonight with a convincing TKO victory over Jesus Ruiz. Right here, Antonio Tarver with his hands full against Elvir Muriqi. But as Chad Dawson pointed out, the timing seems to be off. But not in this sequence. He is all over Muriqi.
Now he is going all out to stop this fight right now.
Yeah, he wants to end it dramatically. Muriqi hasn't been down since 2004.
You know, Elvir Muriqi, he's a battler. And now will he get another rally because Tarver punched so much?
His fans are just going wild here as Muriqi tries so hard to come back. And he is just so game. Look at that wild swing and a miss.
You know, for a fight that is a little bit lopsided, it's been interesting because Muriqi has tried so hard and done things like this.
Got him with the right. Muriqi backing Tarver up, trying to get him on the ropes.
Now is is Tarver just playing awesome, or is he tired? That looked like he was tired.
Tarver trying to end it on one punch, and he does look winded right here. As we told you before, Muriqi never passed the 8th round. Tarver 4-4.
Well, this has been Muriqi's round. Make no mistake about that. Even with that one flurry by Antonio Tarver, though there's time left in it, and Tarver is probably good for another rally, and there it is.
We approach the final minute of round 11. Both fighters showing weariness.
The other key point about some of these rounds are Muriqi has landed a lot more body punches than headshots, and Tarver has landed clean headshots, which are more clear to the judges.
Not sure Tarver had this quite in mind as far as the length of this fight.
Tarver probably turning this 11th round maybe to his advantage. It's a very close round.
Muriqi up on his toes. And now it's actually Tarver who looks the more tired of the two. What ebb and flow. Heading for the bell in round 11. Some pretty good two-way action. Well, you hear the Muriqi fans in the background, and they are in tremendous emotional support of their bloodied hero. They're here from the Bronx to support him.
You got to dig deep, son. Put your heart on the line. Go there and war, son. All right? Don't stop. You can come in and throw his flurry, and then he's over. First 20 seconds. Then he's done. The rest of the run is yours. Just step, throw a bomb, son. Come on.
This was, in the last round, a sequence in which both men did some good work. Tarver turned it on and looked like he was going to try and get Muriqi out of there. However, Elvir Muriqi was not cooperating, and he knew that he had to do something offensively. He started ripping shots to the body of Tarver and the head. I mean, this was an impressive sequence because Muriqi looked like he could be almost out of this fight, and he came back to have a pretty good round, though one I still gave to Tarver.
Muriqi up several seconds before Tarver. A show of confidence that he is more raring to go here in the 12th and final round. Colin Morgan said the headline after this fight will read, Elvir shocks Tarver, who's next? Well, I'm not so sure that's going to happen, but Muriqi has won a lot of fans.
He has fought as well as he could fight in this fight. And, of course, not ever having been past 8 rounds is somewhat of a hindrance for him. And
good left hand got in by Tarver.
Tarver raking him over the coast. This has been a pattern. We've seen Tarver good early in the rounds, in the last 5 or 6 rounds, and then Muriqi comes on a bit.
Nice left uppercut by Tarver. Back to the body goes Muriqi.
I'm going to give Antonio Tarver his props. He's been hit with some big body shots, and you know what? It hasn't completely slowed him down.
Muriqi going to work with Tarver on the ropes.
Not landing a lot.
Yeah, a lot of that is hitting gloves. It looks good. It looks good to the fans. Press row, Tarver pulling away.
I got 108-102 for Tarver.
Watch that. Keep it up.
This is one of those not close fights that was fun to watch.
Exactly. We've had a few of those.
Yes, we have. One of them involving the late Diego Corrales recently against Joshua Clottey.
In Springfield, Missouri. Muriqi continues to apply the pressure.
Wow, I'll tell you,
look at these shots.
Landed a lot of good body shots,
Muriqi. I'm sure he's gotten Tarver's respect. There's no question. Tarver missing with a wild left.
Let him out. This is when Antonio Tarver's not at his best. Switches to righty, gets inside, throws a lot of wild punches. Now maybe he can get away with that against Elvir Muriqi. Nice hook.
Nice left hook by Tarver with a minute to go in the 12th. Tarver wants to end this in some dramatic fashion, but Muriqi won't allow it.
Elvir Muriqi so badly does not want to get knocked out in this fight. Exactly. This is a tough time for him.
He may lose, but he wants to remain on his feet. This crowd is standing. A courageous effort by Elvir Muriqi in Antonio Tarver's first fight back. 25 seconds remaining. Muriqi just keeps coming forward and throwing. The fans of the stands are emulating Muriqi. They're doing their own shadow boxing. It's a great sight. Now Tarver with a few, but they did not land. Final seconds of round 12. Muriqi raises his hands. He thinks he's got it. And that's it. Well, how would you assess after a year layoff for Antonio Tarver?
You know, and it was a mixed bag for him, obviously. However, he did a lot of good offensive things in this fight. There were many times when we saw the quintessential Antonio Tarver with the good jab, the good straight left hand. I think, all in all, it was the kind of effort he might have truly expected if you gave him sodium pentothal before this fight and said, and he told the truth. I think this is the kind of effort he would have anticipated.
Just don't put anything in his room service food.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. I think this is the kind of effort. A good one in spots, but not as perfect as you would expect after a year layoff.
So that's it.
Did he prove that he was an A-list light heavyweight? Probably not, but I'll tell you what, he proved that he's a B-list one, maybe a B-plus list one.
No, that's your fight, baby.
Well, he's going to make some noise as a result of this. His stock goes up.
Oh, thank you, man.
Boy, there was some terrific two-way toe-to-toe action in the middle of the fight.
And here we are, as a right-hander, interestingly, Tarver fighting kind of Muriqi's fight, but doing a very good job there and landing some very big punches. Muriqi showing the bravado that he showed in several instances during the course of this fight. That's Antonio Tarver getting away with some stuff, kind of squaring himself up and lunging ahead and landing punches. But against Muriqi, he was able to do it. Whether he would be able to against a better light heavyweight, like a Chad Dawson or some of the other champions, remains to be seen. But Antonio Tarver, no question, got the job done tonight in terms of a victory. At least we believe that.
Hey, maybe Muriqi was auditioning for Rocky 7 tonight. An interested bystander we just heard from, Chad Dawson with his son Prince in his lap. Chad watching intently at a gentleman that he may get in the ring with in the near future.
This obviously is his stomping grounds and getting some adulation from these fans, but a very sharp performance. And we should point out his performance was against a fighter of lesser quality than Muriqi. Make no mistake about that, but still, he was very sharp.
Well, Chad Dawson getting the spotlight back that he wanted.
And I assure you right now, when by the time Jim Gray talks to Antonio Tarver, Antonio, who is very glib and very clever and very good with words, has already framed his talking points. I guarantee you.
That's right. He's ready for Jim Gray and anybody else with a microphone. We are set for the decision. Let's get it up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a majority decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Stephen Weisfeld, scores about 114 to 114, even a draw. Overruled by judges Glenn Feldman, who scores about 115 to 113, and John Rupert sees it at 116 to 112 in favor of the winner of the IBO Light Heavyweight Championship, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver.
Well, not surprised by the outcome, the decision, but a little bit surprised by the closeness of the scores.
Well, I had it 117, 112. Clearly there were some rounds that were fairly close in there. But yeah, I am surprised that it was that close, despite the fact that Muriqi was aggressive and active in rounds. A lot of those rounds, especially in the middle of the fight, controlled completely by Antonio Tarver.
Steve Weisfeld from Rivervale, New Jersey, was the judge who had it even.
Yeah, I have to say I can't agree with that. But obviously Muriqi thought it, and so did the fans. And Feldman not that far out with 115, 113. And even the 116, 112 didn't come close to either the press row scoring that we saw or my scoring.